Hello Galata Reds viewers. Today we have with us International Master in Chess, Mr. V. Saravanan. Hello sir.
Hello.
How are you?
Fine, great.
Let's talk a little bit about chess. There's a notion in chess that you need to be intelligent to play chess. Is that true? Or break the myth for us?
This statement, all chess players are intelligent, very nice to hear, but it's not at all true. Just like any other field, you have a mixed bunch. But the point is, actually, chess and intelligence are somehow combined together, which I'm very happy as a chess player. But I would put it this way, just like any other activity or profession, you need certain basic skill sets, something to do with your cognitive abilities. For example, concentration, what they say. For example, what they say about decision making. All this is true to a certain extent. But at the same time, people telling that by definition chess players are intelligent. It's not at all true. But yeah, there is this misconception that we are all intelligent and we are all happy about it.
How do I become a grandmaster or an international master?
Adult development is very difficult in chess, just like any other cognitive ability, as I told you. For your neuron connections to take effect and to have a good basic structure in your brain of chess patterns and all that, you have to start young. That's very important. When you asked me how do I become a grandmaster, I'll take it that how does anyone become a grandmaster?
Yeah.
First of all, passion, because chess is an extremely difficult game. Chess is an extremely difficult activity. Not only cognitively, intellectually, but emotionally also. Chess is an extremely difficult game. Visualization is an important part of cognitive development. So, for example, when I see a young kid, how good is he? How fast is he going to develop and become something like a grandmaster? We can judge it in minutes by seeing how well he is able to. Let us say we are seeing only this position. Let us say I rattle out 20 moves into the future. Beyond 20 moves, what the position is, in my brain, it will be somewhere around 70 to 80% of clarity will be there. For Vishy Anand, it will be 99% of clarity as to what the position will be.
Okay.
That position we will be able to analyze sitting at this position. Seeing a kid how he is able to do it, we can judge a kid's talent immediately. You learn chess not necessarily by studying it or being coached by it. You actually learn a lot just by playing it.
Okay.
Playing is extremely important when you are young.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, the competitive elements will take over you.
Okay.
But at some point in chess, winning and losing becomes somewhat important. It's actually a difficult combination of both.
When it comes to chess, I don't know whether Indians know a lot about chess, but they know Vishwanathan Anand. How would you rate him as a player in chess history? Like, what is his stature in chess history? And among the Indian sports legends, how would you rate Vishwanathan Anand?
In India, if you take the best players in the country, in my opinion, I have been impressed with, let us say, 3 to 4 players who are brilliant as chess players. Anand is not just a great chess player, a brilliant chess player. This is a genius of a brain who also plays chess. It's something like that. Okay, I told this in many times, love to repeat it again. If Anand had not played chess, he would have been a Einstein or a Stephen Hawking or a Bill Gates. You are talking about that kind of a brain. I am emotionally attached to the way Anand plays chess, Kasparov played chess in their peak. I worked with Anand for 6 to 7 years as one of his trainers. So when it comes to Anand, any game of Anand you put a question, I'll immediately be able to recognize it. That's you're talking about 2 to 3,000 games.
Among the historic greats, where would you place Anand?
Probably Magnus Carlsen is number 1, in my opinion. Probably Garry Kasparov is number 2, not Vishy. Vishy will be, in my opinion, Vishy will be the number 3rd after them when it comes to sheer chess playing ability. But when it comes to intellectualism, intelligence and the sheer personality, Nothing like Vishy.
So you mentioned that your top three chess players are Anand. I mean, in no particular order, Anand, Carlsen, and Kasparov. Anand had shared a very, I would say, beautiful rivalry with Kasparov, and not as well as Kasparov, but also against Carlsen. So, how would you describe that rivalry?
Actually, he didn't have a good relationship with Kasparov all along. At some point when Anand played Topalov in 2010, okay, first of all, Anand and Kasparov played the World Championship against each other in 1995. Which very unfortunately for Anand's career, it happened too early. Anand became the Vishy Anand somewhere in 2000 to 2001. I would say that the catalyst was when Anand had a new second in Peter Hein Nielsen. After that, everything changed for Anand. Anand was not the opening expert. He became somewhere around 2005, 2006, till about that time, till about 2000. Whereas he himself has said, and we all knew also, that he used to get into trouble a lot in the openings in 90s and all that. So he was never close to Kasparov or Kramnik when it came to preparation. 2010 World Championship against Topalov, Anand was having difficulties. Suddenly Kasparov offered to help him during the tournament, and he massively helped him. So you couldn't say that they had a relationship. Definitely, it was a rivalry. See, with Magnus Carlsen and Anand, see, it's very unfortunate that Vishy played Carlsen in 2013 when already Carlsen was a monster. I would have loved to see a
That
World
was that
Championship.
happened in Chennai, right?
Chennai, which Anand, I mean, truly speaking, Carlsen dominated the match. The next match in Sochi 2014 also, Carlsen dominated it. I would have loved to have a match between 2008 Vishy, who crushed Kramnik,
Okay.
and 2012 Magnus Carlsen, who dominated Anand. That match would have been something to live for, something to die for.
Yeah, with the advancements in chess robots now, we could make that happen one day.
No, that's never possible.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, human beings, the way they make decisions even today is completely different from how a computer thinks.
Can you name me 5 openings, like with weird names?
Names have been formed in funny ways only in recent years, last 10 or 20 years. Before that, either the place where the opening was first played in the country or the place. For example, you have the Volga Gambit. Because it was played by players in Leningrad where the Volga flowed. Something like that. The Russian defense, because the Russians played it in 50s and 60s. This used to be common earlier. Now the people give all kinds of vague names, like there is a Mad Dog variation, for example. There is a Sicilian Kalashnikov. What used to be called as Accelerated Pelican is today called as Sicilian Kalashnikov. God knows where the Kalashnikov part of the opening comes from. These are not serious names as such.
So we have seen recently many films or web series in chess, like the one with Queen's Gambit. So can you name like 5 of your favorite films or documentaries?
Finding Bobby Fischer was a very good movie.
Okay.
It was the biographical story of Joshua Waitzkin, one of the American players who became a huge talent. That combined with the legend of Bobby Fischer, what he was in the US, a well-made movie was made, shot. Ben Kingsley is the main character in the movie, the Oscar winner. That's a very good movie. By the way, Joshua Waitzkin also wrote a very, very strong book, very good book called The Art of Learning. He couldn't even become a grandmaster in chess, but all the wisdom of learning what he acquired in chess, he went and applied it in Tai Chi, the martial art, and became multiple years world champion in multiple disciplines of Tai Chi. It's a wonderful book, the match between Spassky and Fischer.
You mean the Pawn Sacrifice?
Pawn Sacrifice, sorry, the name escaped me. Pawn Sacrifice was a well-made movie. See, but the problem with most of these sports movies is that they are exaggerated because the reality may not have been so dramatic. Typical Hollywood exaggeration is, at some point, is a little noisy.
Okay.
But anyway, it was a reasonably made movie.
Okay, sir. Thank you for answering all our questions.
Thank you very much. And my personal message to people, please play chess. please teach your children to play chess. I can add it as a tailpiece. For example, there is a concept called negative capability. They say chess is a precursor for that. When you play chess, a child gets trained in negative capability. Like this, there are so many dimensions to chess which children really, it helps children in their development. Please teach your children to play chess.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.